Morning, folks. How you doing? Papa Joe here with an ear that's itching. Sunday morning. Still laid over up here. Just put my meds together for next week. Normally Grandma does that at the house. But, you know, if you carry meds with you, they are supposed to be in their proper bottle. So just a heads up for y'all. I knew one old boy, he just recently passed away. He would just put all his meds literally in a baggie and carry them in the passenger seat. He knew what meds he had. He got down there in South Georgia. Now, two things I learned from that day, or that night, because he told me about it. He was having light issues. So he turned his four-ways on. He was going on. We was running from Atlanta to Orlando. We was doing a trade show freight days. And he got to that Southern Scale House there in Georgia. It was open. They're going to roll him through there. And they stopped him. Old boy came out, stepped up here, and asked him about his lights. And they seen that bag of pills over there in that seat. This ain't that long ago, folks, so don't go by the old stories of how we all had bags of speed and shit laying around in it. Now, this was, let's see, 10 years ago, I guess, more or less. So, first thing that he educated him on, which helped me, which is helping y'all, that you can run with your four-ways on if you lose your trailer lights or whatever. But you're only supposed to run to your first safe stopping place where you can get off the interstate safely. Okay, makes sense to me. Then he wanted to talk about them pills. And Mike showed him where he'd had heart surgery, big old scar down him. Old boy like, that don't matter, bro. He handed him the pills. You know, Mike handed DOT the pill as requested. They went inside, and that guy sorted them out where he had one of each kind, and he took pictures and documented and the whole deal. And you, of course, got Mike's information. Didn't ticket him or nothing, but told him, says, this week I want a letter from your doctor telling what these are and that they are ascribed to you and they're legal for a truck driver to have. He says, from this point on, he says, you need to have them in their bottle. I don't remember if he told him he had to have a script, you know, the little piece of paper, big piece of paper, actually. I used to carry all them, but shit, I'm taking so many now, I'd have to have an extra trailer for them. But I keep everything in their proper bottles. So just a word to the wise for those that are presently taking, and some of you will be in your future. So yeah, just keep your stuff in the bottle. It ain't that hard. I never understood dumping them all in a bag anyway. They're already in a bottle. What are you thinking, Mike? But that's it. I was debating on making a video this morning and talking about what in the world do you do when you're shut down? You know, now some of you that are drivers, you already getting it figured out. Some of you that's thinking about coming into driving, you need to think about it. Because you have some downtime out here. I don't know if I can say it's easier nowadays with all the communication and devices that we have. One thing, you clean your truck. I don't, but you could. Back in the day, we didn't call them 34s and all that. 34 was never heard of. 34 is just a logbook, modern day terminology. Back in the day, we used to run our butts off, and we had an idea of what truck stops to go to, where it was a good truck stop to kill time at. Which is why you hear a lot of us out here saying, oh, back in the day, that was the place to play. Oh, get on the back road like over there, and there'd be several of us get together. They called it Party Row for a reason, and that don't mean that we was all back there doing drugs and getting drunk and all that. No, we was back there being sociable. Wasn't nothing to have a barbecue with you. I carried a Barbie with me quite often. Wasn't nothing, especially when lawn chairs, collapsible lawn chairs came out. Oh man, at those times we would be sitting on the flatbeds, you know, or sitting on the ground. Somebody'd have some horseshoes, jarts, those that remember jarts. We'd just stand around and, yeah, we might drink a beer. You know, it ain't a big deal. We'd all be barbecuing together, drinking a beer, shooting a bull, telling lies. If you got a bed bug in the mix, that was really cool, because they had the lower middle belly deal there where you could sit easier. But that's how we killed our time. Then if the skeeters got bad, or if it was cold or rainy, we'd go inside the truck stop. They had driver's lounges we'd hang out in. We had the Liar Circle. A lot of those 76s and stuff, they had that big round counter. We'd sit around there and have contests, see who could tell the biggest lie. Well, I did okay, but there were some of them with a lot more experience than I had. So, go watch some TV. They had TV lounges. Well, then we started getting TVs out here. You'd have to buy you different kinds of antennas, usually mounted on your mirror brackets. Most of them didn't work worth a damn. You really had to be on the edge of town or in town. Back then we all ran big CBs. Well, most of us. You sitting in a truck stop, somebody coming in, and they just bleed all over your TV. I don't know why we did it. It didn't bother me unless I had my TV on. If I was the one bleeding over, it didn't bother me at all. But what got me thinking about this, I went inside to take care of morning business, and there was a young driver in there. They got a payphone, old school payphone, in the hallway. Oh, excuse me. That boy just standing there. He walked up to it as I was getting ready to walk in the door, and I seen him step up to it and stop. He's looking at it, checking the change thing. I wonder how many people have checked that change thing. When was the last time anybody put money in a damn payphone? I'm surprised they ain't full of trash. But yeah, he was standing there studying that thing as I walked in, and it got me thinking that many a day I stood in a line waiting my turn to use that payphone. And it didn't pay to be a germophobia back then, I guarantee you. There was probably literally thousands of drivers that use that phone every day. Definitely hundreds. So So nowadays we got all this media stuff, and yeah, I use it. Normally I don't take my phone or nothing into the bathroom with me. That's one of my pet peeves. You stand there waiting on your turn at a stall, and you hear somebody in there on their phone playing a game or whatever. And yes, I'm one of them. I speak up and say, I wish y'all would hang up. That really ain't the modern day phone booth. Yeah, I'm one of those. Seen a meme a while back that it showed the phone booth back in 1950. Out there on the street corner type old phone booth. Collapsible door, accordion door, whatever you want to call it. And then it shows a stall. And on that one it says phone booth 1950. This one it says phone booth 2018. A lot of truth to it. Now back in the day, we used to have some guys that would take the newspaper in there with them. Dude, you're not at home. Go read that in your truck. Read it while you're waiting on coffee, something, but not in there. Take the magazines in that they had. You're supposed to be there for a reason. Why don't you take care of that reason and get your butt on out of there so somebody else can take care of their reason? How did we go down that rabbit trail? Yeah, I've been known to go down a rabbit trail. Got a t-shirt for that. I wish some of y'all would go buy some of my t-shirts. Small handful of y'all had. I wish y'all would go check out my t-shirts. There's a link to it. Go to the About page and scroll down there and you'll find a link for t-shirts. You might find one that you actually like and you can treat yourself to a t-shirt for Christmas. Go over to the Patreon page. There's a link down there. Go to the About page. Scroll to the bottom. You'll find a link to the Patreon page and to the Facebook page. Sign up on the Patreon page and support the channel. I know soliciting for money is not anybody's favorite thing to do or have done to them. But y'all say you like my channel. Support my channel, please. And that's a couple ways to do it. Buying the t-shirts and doing the Patreon. Yesterday, I had two of them while doing a live stream. They threw some money up there on the screen for me. That was awesome. They did the super chat or whatever. They bought me dinner last night. That was awesome. Thank you. Just so that you know, I had a bowl of their chili. It's a Huddle House. I had a bowl of their chili and I had a chopped steak, which is nothing but a glorified hamburger, with a baked tater. I had chopped steak, baked tater, and a bowl of chili. So, it tasted real good and I appreciate you buying my dinner. Well, that was awesome. That's supporting the channel. That's cool. Nowadays, the truck stops are pretty much dead. Now this one does have a TV lounge. I imagine the only time, and it ain't got but maybe 8 chairs in there at the most, and 2 of them are those paid massage chairs. But I imagine the only time that gets filled up is during football or during NASCAR. Seem to be the only time you see them. And the Flying J seem to be the only ones that have TV lounges anymore. That's a crying shame. You look at them restaurants, like this Huddle House. Used to be, you would go into one and hope there was a place to sit down. Nowadays, they're all but empty. I don't see how they stay in business. I really don't. A lot of them, like this one, is probably the local folks. That one down in Gilmer, Texas, I tell you about. There's a video up about them. It was the locals that kept that place open. There were some of us drivers that go in there and eat, but I might eat in there a half dozen times a year. That ain't gonna keep them in business, but it helps. Last time I was there, they had closed it. Last time I went by, I'm pretty sure it had signs up saying they had reopened. I don't know if it's the same people and they remodeled again or what, I don't know. But when it's convenient to me, I call it my halfway point between the yard and the house. More than once, that's where I run out of hours at, which is when I go in there and eat in there. And I go in there to eat if they're open. They don't like it if I go in and eat when they're closed. They ain't got no sense of humor, but I try to clean up behind myself. But just to help keep them open. Because it is an old mom and pop's cafe that you can smoke in. And I throw what business I can their way. Just like this Huddle House. I'd already told Grandma that I'd probably wind up going in there and eating 2 or 3 meals this weekend. So, yeah, I've got some vittles left back there. I don't carry enough for 2 or 3 weeks out here like I used to. I carry enough out here for a week and a little bit of emergencies, like this weekend, where I wind up getting stuck over. So now I'll wind up hitting it hard back here this weekend, or this coming week. And I don't ask Grandma to go trying to cook a bunch of stuff and have stuff ready for me if it happens like this, which don't happen often. But I just have to tough it out, which ain't a big deal. A little bit more costly than my normal week out here. So, but nowadays I just kind of sit back, play on the phone, do the internet thing like everybody else, do the Facebook thing, do my news media stuff, watch a few videos. I have recently, in the last 3 weeks or so, I got a free TV deal, Pluto I think it's called, which it's okay. Heavy in the commercials. That's what's paying their bills. And being that I do YouTube, I understand now, because that stuff used to drive me nuts. I understand now it's those commercials that actually try to, in my case, it helps pay part of the bill, not all the bill. In their case, hopefully they got enough people like myself, and I don't watch a whole lot of it, but I watch some of it. And on theirs, I'm forced to watch the commercials. You're not forced. A lot of mine have the skip button. I wish you would not skip them. It only pays percentages of pennies to me per commercial. However, it does pay a little bit. So if you let that whole commercial play through, it would help me out a little bit once again. Oh, there's different little things that y'all could do to help the channel. If you bought 1 t-shirt a year, that'd be a lot. If all of my subscribers did that, that'd be damn good. If you go on to Patreon and they ask for $1 a month minimum, if everybody did $1 a month, that would take care of my phone bill easily. You know, watch the commercials through all the videos. That's chump change, but it helps, you know. So I might watch a little TV. I was surfing last night and seen The Gambler coming on. I didn't watch it. The 10:15 to Yuma, I watched that one, or part of it. Then I got a phone call distracted me. Sitting here now watching hawks out here. I like watching people, trucks, wildlife. I'm a watcher. No, I'm not really a peeping Tom, but I sit out here and watch. Y'all know that just from my videos. That's a big hawk though. But gives me something to do. What do y'all do? Just out of curiosity, of the stuff I've mentioned, what do you do other than what I've mentioned to help the people coming into it? Well, even help some of the new ones out here. What does everybody else do during their downtime? I've been here 41 hours and 38 minutes. And most of that time been planted right here in this seat. It's been rainy, so I damn sure ain't been out walking. It's been cold, so I ain't been out walking. Even if it was sunshiny and warm, I wouldn't be out walking. I probably should, but I don't. Just being honest and all. And I see a few once in a while that go out walking. Depends on where you're at. There's a few that do that. Very rarely, but I have seen it. I've seen some of them that do exercises on the side of their trucks. Little incline push-ups and stuff and stretches and whatnot. At one time there was a Facebook group or something like that. I forget what I'd seen, where they was teaching people how to do different exercises using their truck as a tool, equipment, whatever, for exercising. Oh, some of you that are into that kind of stuff, you might try to find it. Or if you know of it, link it, or put a link to it in the comments, and maybe someone else would find it. So yeah, I sit here and I do phone calls, do a little internet stuff, a little Facebook stuff, make videos, do live streams. I'll probably do a live stream here in just a little bit. I just put my meds together back there and let Grandma flirt with me while I was doing it. Need to get my laundry bag. My laundry's just thrown in the floor back there. I'm a slob. I really am. I'm one of them guys that I know when I get out of this truck they're going to have to detail it and it's going to cost me $150 or something. I'm fine with that. I would not want to get in a truck behind me, as heavy as I smoke and everything else. When I was on the road, I did a lot better on keeping my truck cleaned up. I did. Especially before they forced me into these modern telephones. I was one of the holdouts on that. I had a flip phone for the longest time and still got it at the house and would actually prefer it. But now that I've gotten addicted to YouTube, and yeah, I went through an addiction on Facebook for a while, didn't we all? I'm not near so bad there. My main thing on Facebook anymore is trying to keep my two walls alive. The one for simple living and then my personal one. It got where if you seen a post and you liked the picture, regardless what the saying was, and you shared it, everybody thought that the post that you did was reflecting your immediate life, and I was like, stop it, people. No, I thought it was a cool saying. I thought it was a beautiful picture, you know, whatever. Just because I put it on Facebook, that don't mean it's my life. Oh. Western Star over there, he parked right up against the shop building. So they'll be making him move if they open today. And he's on the incline. Now, I don't know about the rest of the world. I sleep with my head behind the driver's seat. And if that's how he sleeps, he's on the incline. Which wouldn't bother me a whole lot. I got pillows that I sleep with pillows under my feet. Well, my hawk flew away and I didn't notice it. Everybody's sitting, well, not everybody's idling, a lot of them are. Talking to Grandma when I went in to take care of business. I talked to her all the way up to the doors over there. There were several idling. I'll tell you, I was telling her a story about last night. About 3 trucks over, there's a, I assume it's a husband and wife, I don't know, a man and woman, flatbedders, an old International. Remember those 2 I told you about that would be in a truck stop? Makes you say, damn, how you pass DOT? They're in one of those. They got a dog. It was dark last night. I might have been live streaming, I don't remember. And she went to walk her dog over there. There's another road between me and the grass over there, which is mud. I went in and fired the truck up, turned my headlights on so she could see, because it's dark. And with her back to me, I turned them on bright so that she could see. She stayed in that immediate area. She turned around, came back, and I dimmed my lights for her. Then after she got past the trucks into the driveway here, I turned the dims off where it was just the running lights and whatnot, so she could see over there and be safe. Like I told Grandma, I didn't get a nod, didn't get a little wave, a thank you of any kind. I thought that was kind of rude. Maybe she thought I was watching her physique. No. Little stuff like that. It makes you say, wow, really? So y'all think about it. If you got a critter or whatever, or you're walking around between trucks, someone turns their lights on, they might just be trying to do you a favor, and it doesn't hurt to give them a nod, you know, or thank you. They might not have bad intentions. They might just be trying to be neighborly. So this is what I do with my dead time. What do y'all do with yours? In this day and age of having to have 34-hour restarts, might be a few people curious on what can I do during that 34 hours. It was a big problem for people like me when they started that stuff and we started getting forced onto ELDs. It was a big problem. The 10-hour break was a problem. What in the world do you do for 10 hours? And it's real easy to say, sleep, driver. We wasn't in that. That ain't how we was wired. Same thing on taking 34. Good, he turned that off. Or it turned itself off. I'll try putting the window down if you don't crank it back up. Alright, I'm going to call this enough. Here in a little bit, I'll probably do a live stream. It's 9 o'clock. Folks ought to be getting up. Y'all remember, God loves you. So do I. Trying to help you out a little bit and occupy my time. Y'all have a blessed day now. Bye.